Welcome to the Car Guys and welcome to another Q&A session with us in Italy.
We're going to go through all of your questions that you've been asking through Instagram and on our YouTube feed and hopefully give you some answers that you want, but if not, they should be fun.
Or we'll just talk a load of old for 10 minutes. Ninja Cat asks,
amazing.
What's your favourite hypercar?
McLaren F1.
Yeah, I mean, I think
wins.
I think it probably does win, isn't it? I mean, it's the original and best.
It's the best. It is still just an icon.
Farndale Scott writes, when are you expecting to get your 812 Superfast?
Sorry.
All right. The feelings. Jesus Christ.
I actually think the 812 Superfast exists as a real thing. I think it's like Scotch Mist. There's like 3 of them and they keep moving them around the dealers, just letting people drive them. And I actually think it exists.
It's been so long now that I'm sort of falling a bit out of love with the 812 Superfast. I'm getting a bit bored waiting. But
3 years now? We're nearly 3 years?
Supposedly it's going to come around about November this year. But, you know, who knows? Put it this way, I don't think I'm getting one of the first ones. Air-cooled Jack. All right, Air-cooled Jack. Yeah, he's been on before.
He's going to love my answer.
He loves that. What's your favourite race car of all time?
Golf liveried 917. Got to be just the ultimate race car. Destroyed everything in its field. Was banned multiple occasions because it was so quick.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing. Looks incredible.
I would say that or the Ferrari 330 P3/P4. Kirk Mullins asks, what's the difference between being referred to as English and British?
So British is anyone from the United Kingdom, Scotland, Wales, Cornwall, Northern Ireland, and English is just you come from England itself as opposed to any of the other adjoining countries.
Bladina Jones 32 asks, any plans for a hot hatch?
Yeah, so we've got the Integra, which effectively is a hatch, kind of. Bit on the fence for that one. I'd love to get hold of a Mark 1 Focus RS. That would be pretty awesome.
Yep.
Get one of those. That'd be quite good.
For me,
nothing modern though.
For
really.
me, no, nothing modern. For me, it's going to be an Escort RS Cosworth in blue, big wing version.
Oh yeah.
So Prad SB writes, what's the most disappointing car that you've driven?
I think, to be honest, there's quite a lot. I've driven a lot of cars. There's been quite a lot of disappointment.
Remember, we're very old, so we've driven a
old.
lot of cars.
Oh, and we've driven cars from the kind of early 80s as well, which were shocking.
And we've driven lots of cars from the 90s when they were new, and from the 80s when they were only just new.
A little bit old. I mean, we've driven Austin Montegos,
Metros.
Austin Metros, original Minis. We've driven some real piles.
Yeah, Vauxhall Cavalier, Vauxhall Chevette, Vauxhall Viva.
I had a Vauxhall Cavalier.
Vectra, Omega, Ford Scorpio. I mean, a lot of these cars.
Go on.
We're not great.
On and on and on. Let's cut it there.
Do you want a whole episode just on that? Let us know in the comments.
But I think one that sticks out the most is the old Repmobile, the 318, which was awful.
For me, it was the 964 Speedster. So the 911. I was really looking forward to that. I was quite excited, and actually, it was horrendous. Yeah, it was not nice to drive whatsoever. Jack Lenton asks us, what were your first proper cars and watches when you both started to do quite well?
So for me, it was a Z3M Coupe in yellow.
No, he said when you started doing well.
Oh, cheeky. And then which I got rid of and got an E46 M3.
Okay, so M Coupe for you.
M Coupe.
And watch?
First proper watch was the Tag Monaco.
So for me, first proper car was probably the 355 Spider. Was the first.
Of course.
Sort
Real
of kind of supercar Ferrari. And first proper watch was a Rolex Submariner. So it was actually as it turned out, actually my first Rolex was not a normal Submariner. It turned out it was the anniversary model, so it was actually the Kermit, what is now called the Kermit, but I didn't realise that at the time, so I actually replaced the bezel with a black bezel and wore it just as a black Submariner for 10 years. Abdullah3883 asked, would you ever consider doing European road trips?
Oh, that would be amazing. Really would love to do one of those.
Yeah.
If we can find the right couple of cars to do a bit of a challenge thing.
Skirting the edge of Lake Como through the James Bond tunnels. It doesn't get cooler than that, does it? Open top cars, maybe.
Yeah,
all around Europe.
That would be quite something.
Yeah, I'd be up for that, definitely.
Yeah,
the only
definitely.
downside is how bad it is in driving in Switzerland and France with regards to the police. So it's quite draconian over there at the moment. So the heady days of blasting through France and Switzerland are now gone. Which is a real shame because you never used to worry about it, and now you do get picked on quite a bit. So,
especially with English plates on your car.
Yeah. So it does make it a little bit awkward. But yeah, we'd definitely love to do one of those.
That'd be amazing.
O asks 959, will it ever happen?
God,
yes.
I wish.
Yes, it will. It will happen one day. Not quite yet.
There's probably 4 cars from my youth that I either read about or had pictures about or that inspired me, that made me more and more of a car guy, and the 959 was one of those.
I know. Faruja asks, what's your opinion on the Ferrari 430?
Yeah, absolute must. It was such an upgrade from the 360. It was a completely new car. Yeah, definitely, because that's the DNA that's in the 458 and the 488.
Save up for a 458 is actually the thing. But if you
go
want
to Merida Mod, you've got loads.
Yeah, but if you want a 430 right now, just see this man. John Noel asks, what is your favourite engine of all time? Geek alert, geek alert.
Geek. Can I add 2? Can I have 2?
Well, let's see what your first one is first.
So the first one is, there's this old video, very old video of a 250 LM. Driving around the roads in Italy through the trees. The noise of that car, you can find it on YouTube, just do a search for 250 LM. It's just the most amazing sounding thing. It's incredible. And then my second choice is a highly strung race car V8. 6,000 or 7,000 RPM in a V8 is incredible.
For me, favourite engine of all time is the BMW V12 in the McLaren F1.
Oh, good choice.
Boom. Wayne Moore asks, where do you source your watches from?
I've got connections at Watches of Switzerland, so that's where most of the new stuff comes from. Chrono 24 is an addiction, and I don't suggest you even start looking on there because
you will be lost.
You'll be lost.
Lang's official Rolex dealer for me, Francis for Patek Philippe, Edinburgh Watch Company, and Chrono 24 as well.
Yeah.
Dangerous. Seb Ugalde writes, what would you say is the best watch to have as an investment? Well, there's basically 2 answers to this.
You can't go wrong with Rolex.
Stainless steel sport watches, Rolex.
Stainless steel sport watches.
Yeah. Or
those
Daytonas.
things will always, they'll hold their money and it'll slowly creep up.
Yeah.
They are the safest place to put your cash if you have cash, spare cash to spend on a watch.
Which is why you can't buy any, because everyone's already snapped them up.
Yeah.
So vintage Daytonas, very, very good place to be. Modern Daytonas, absolutely rock solid. Stainless steel sports watches, definitely. On Patek Philippe's side, there's only one word really that you need to worry about, and that's Nautilus.
Oh my God.
So steel Nautilus, white gold Nautilus, rose gold Nautilus, that is absolutely
That's where you need
bonkers.
to be.
Yeah, those ones there, if you can get one, and it is exceptionally hard to get one, if you can, they are the most exciting and highest value jumping watches that you can find at the moment. Shifty Malone, lovely.
Shifty Malone.
Love your work, sir.
Awesome tag.
Would an Aston Martin Vantage V12S or similar limited V12 manual be a good investment?
No.
Well, hang on, hold your horses. I would say they could be. There's not much experience to say that there are, but some of the smart money does say that the manual Aston Martins, so Newport Pagnell stuff, and the last of those manual Aston Martins, particularly the dogleg, could very well be good future classics. Dan Sentinel 76 asks, and this is quite a long one, so forgive me here, we'll start reading the Bible. New hypercars from Aston Martin, McLaren, Koenigsegg and Rimac. Are Ferrari and Lamborghini creative enough, or are they being left behind?
It's tough wording there.
I mean,
creative enough.
It's tough.
Give the guys a break.
Those companies do represent some of the most cutting-edge technology in the industry. Koenigsegg, and a massive innovator when it comes to technology and bespoke technology for their own cars. Rimac, incredible electric stuff which is being used throughout the whole industry.
Everybody.
Yeah, so they are top of the game. So it's going to be hard to beat those guys unless Ferrari or Lamborghini buy those companies to gain that technology, and of course that is always an option. Aston Martin's done an interesting partnership with AMG. McLaren obviously extremely superb at carbon tub technology.
Race car stuff.
But you know, you've got to remember, Ferrari is an enormous company fueled by merchandise sales and car sales, but I mean, they're a part public company now. They have colossal resources, and the SF90 Stradale shows that they can produce something that no one really expects out of the hat, and it's very
I mean, the SF90 came from nowhere.
Yeah, from nowhere. So biggest question mark would probably be Lamborghini at this point. Ferrari, through their racing, through their technology development, absolutely have the credentials to suddenly jump ahead in many of those areas. But it's going to be difficult against someone like Rimac with their electric technology. They are so ahead of the game that it's going to be tough for them to compete with them. But I would not underestimate Ferrari.
No, definitely not. I mean, with the SF90 and then the next LaFerrari replacement, there you're going to have two high-end super hypercars that are both hybrids, massive amounts of tech. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Hope you loved this Q&A session. Hope we answered all your questions correctly. Don't forget to subscribe,
leave comments and likes. There'll be another one along next week.
Cheers.